Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christina, I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at the top fails of the week, if you will. It is MLM Top Fails number 40 and we're going to start right away with an update from MLM Top Fails 39 because a Kangen distributor, Enagic distributor, still has to post about her paychecks coming in to prove to us that her business is real, this is real, and she is making real money. Enagic is the company. It is a Japanese network marketing company, and they sell water ionizers, really pricey products. And Kangen, that's the water, Kangen water. I don't know why we didn't just call everything Kangen or Enagic, but that's the way we're doing it in this network marketing company. So let's take a look.
I just wanted to hop on here and I wanted to share with you my payday in March. I actually got like 8 checks in the mail in March, at least so far. Well, that was March. So, and the deposit is nearly $3,000. So it's kind of exciting. It's this little side gig that I'm doing. Pretty exciting. If you want to do something a little extra and you don't mind doing social media and you don't mind a little network marketing, and if I can do it, you can do it. In February, I think my checks were around $2,000. It's kind of exciting getting checks. I mean, nowadays the banks are not that excited about us coming into the bank. They more want you to get the app, go through the AMT, do online banking. I found that out today when I was talking to the bank, and there's hardly anybody in the banks anymore, but I'm kind of a rebel and I'll continue to bank and do cash as long as I absolutely can. You know, if you have some goals, you want to actually remodel your bathroom like I do, you want to go on some trips or just have a little extra money for your family, just let me know. It's all about these pure water. I mean, out here in the country, some of us have, you know, a little trace of nitrates or arsenics in our water. We're not even really sure. And in town, we do have the water treatment plant, but that's actually treating your water. This is all about ionized water that you drink. It has a lot of antioxidants. It's alkaline state water that 1 cup is the same as the antioxidants in 22 cups of blueberries. And our skin is our biggest organ. So showering in the ionized water is just a big health benefit for everyone. So if you're interested, something a little extra, just let me know. Send me a message and I'd be happy to share with you. Thanks. Have a great Easter.
She claims that in March she made $3,000 and in the month before she was able to make $2,000. I reacted to that in MLM Top Fails number 39 and I'm going to show you Kangen's or Enagic's income disclosure statement again. This is the one from the US from 2024, and as you can see, most people, over 72%, are at the 2 lowest ranks. They are nowhere close to making $5,000 in 2 months, least of all in a year. The people who might relate, and those are already far and few, are the people at the 5A rank with 3.48%. They're able to make a little bit over $5,000 per year. That is before expenses, that is before taxes. And then the people at the very top, that is 0.03%, they make over $1 million. Her story about her paychecks and then she's making a little bit of money here or there is not something most people in the company can relate to, according to their own declaration about the median amount earned in a year. She is retired and she makes some money on the side, but what she doesn't express here is how much money she really spends. Enagic is a pricey network marketing company, and to produce this ionized water that she spoke about, with a lot of health claims that you cannot make. You have to spend a whole lot of money to start these things. And a lot of people are really unhappy specifically with this MLM because of the health claims and also what it does to people they care about, and also reach out to me and provide content and provide context as well. I really appreciate that. Lots of people said, yep, you are on a lot of subscriptions. So it's not just that you have to spend a good amount of money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I was on a Kangen call where they said they spent around $16,000 just to join, which is insanity. There is another Kangen call coming up, by the way, if you're interested in that. It's an update on that team call. Enagic products are extremely pricey. So to spend a couple of $1,000s and to make a couple of $1,000s doesn't even mean that you end up in the profit margin. It means that maybe if you're lucky, you make the money back for the investment you did. And then a lot of the people are on some sort of subscription to further their health. What the ionizers do is they produce more alkaline water. That's it. They cannot make any health claims in that MLM because there is no proof that alkaline water and the production of alkaline water through those ionizers does anything significant to your health. Those are all subjective stories. It's not just about drinking the water, but also showering in it. Imagine that. Then you must have some sort of filter system because now you also have to shower in this allegedly so holy water. Lots of Kangen people, she didn't do it to that extreme, but a lot of people make the most absurd claims that what the water can do, what ailings and what illnesses it can cure. The problem she has, and she has it in this post as well, she doesn't post the income disclosure statement and she's not compliant in the claims she makes. That is not acceptable. That is not okay. Don't do that when you're in a network marketing company. You can get in a whole lot of trouble. You might get kicked out quicker than you can say sayonara. Always make sure that the information you share is truthful, you can prove it, and that you also make sure your viewers and your audience understands that the amount of money you make is not a good representation of what is more likely happening in the company. You always need to post the income disclosure statement and say, this is what most people in the company make. I'm an exception. Blah, blah, blah. But why are we not doing that? Because it's not interesting, because it's not as sexy. And some people who do it as a side job, they simply don't understand the business model and what they have to do. It always infuriates me because I work in compliance. You have to watch out for so many things, and this is just lackluster. Make sure when you make claims to check. Number one, does my company even allow me to do that? And if they do so, post the income disclosure statement. Because that way you can see that most people don't even make $5,000 in a year in the company and that she is an exception. So let's stop this. The next post is from a distributor in Arbonne in Canada, and we're going to talk about pyramid schemes. My favorite. Let's take a look.
Call network marketing a pyramid scheme is just, it's not accurate. The reason I'm sharing that is because it's a really amazing business model that allows people to want to genuinely see other people succeed. Because the structure of it, me helping them succeed doesn't take anything from me. Them coming to me to learn doesn't take anything from them.
She is in Arbonne in Canada. And since we like to work with facts over here, let's take a look at the latest income disclosure statement from Arbonne, Canada from 2025. In Canada, Arbonne participants earned in 25 between $0 and $325 in commissions and overrides. How much are you really helping people, and how much are you really supporting other people if that is the amount of money the Arbonne participants were able to make in a year? When you have to consider they buy products, they have to pay taxes, they have business expenses. That is not helping people, that is helping people accumulate debt. Most people, let's take a look at the individual ranks, are at the lowest rank. It is 72.8%, and median annual earnings is 176 Canadian dollars. The district managers is the 19% of people at that rank. That is the second rank, is $1,966. That is before expenses, that is before taxes. And then you have 9,394. That is only 5.8% of people who are at that rank. And then we have the top 1.8% in Canada, 44,286 median annual earnings at the regional vice president's rank, and the national vice president's, that is 0.7%, is $145,589. That doesn't include expenses and taxes. You have to pay a registration fee that is 65 Canadian dollars and a renewal fee if you want to join. And Arbonne also says that in their own income disclosure statements that you have expenses, and those expenses are not mentioned in this income disclosure statement. And if you consider it, an Arbonne participant in Canada last year earned between $0 and $325 in commission and overrides, then you are not helping people. That is not an income people can live off. That is something that might contribute to a grocery haul here or there, but we're not taking into consideration the amount of money you have to spend. So this pitch is already bogus. It's a pile of poo, because if you don't help most people make hardly anything, they will end up in debt, then that is not a great business model. Definitely not the best business model for other people. But why are we doing that? Oh, because it's a good business model for me as the upline, and I need as many people on my team who purchase products, sell products, and recruit. It's not for other people, it's for the upline. Let's be honest here.
Like, it's a mutually synergistic, beneficial relationship. And so if you think about the typical in serving, it's like this. You teach all these new servers and you're not making any commission. But imagine you were teaching them and you're helping them coach and you're training them and you're telling them everything you know, and then they become like master #1 server. But who put all that effort into teaching them? You did. And now you can build, because it's not equal energy exchange when you're not getting paid. So it's like, now you have put all this effort into this person, they're succeeding, and that's amazing. But imagine you were compensated truly for like what you taught them.
But you're not getting compensated for what you taught them. You're getting compensated for recruiting people. And if you are a server, you're getting paid for the time you spend there and the tips you get from the guests. You're getting paid to provide an actual service, whereas in Arbonne, you're getting paid to collect humans. You can have a team of 1,000 people and you decide to train 3 of them. And those are supposed to be your runners. Those are supposed to be the people that also rise in the ranks. They're the ones who have to build their own downline. They're the ones who are supposed to be successful so that you can build on their success as well. She is in Arbonne, or was in Arbonne in Canada, at the top rank. I haven't checked in. Let's assume she is still at that top rank. She probably has a big team of people, and she doesn't just benefit or profit off of the people she trains. So let's say out of 500 people, you train 3 people. You still benefit off of every effort, of everything the other people, the other 497 people on the team do. Every sale, every recruitment, everything they purchase is something that still benefits her. So it's not mutually beneficial. Now, for an upline, clearly it is interesting to have people on the team who do something, who sell and who recruit, because if they do that, that also contributes to your team's efforts, to your team's income, and that also provides you with a higher paycheck. But you don't need to put in any effort. If you have a runner, you've never spoken to that person, but that person also suddenly has a big team, you're able to benefit of that person if it's a recruit of yours and if that person is in your team. Everybody is stacked on top of each other. So the more people you have, the better. And the more they do, the better, because that way you get also more commission if your team is more dedicated and if they're able to sell and to recruit as well. But they could do nothing and she would still benefit of every person spending money because they purchase products themselves. If they have a sale here or there, she benefits off of that as well, although she never trained that person, although she never spoke to that person, and she still benefits off the people that her people recruit. She doesn't have to speak to those people. She doesn't have to train them. She doesn't have to speak and train those recruits. She still benefits. And as we have seen in Arbonne's own data for Canada in 25, it's a business model where most people are at the lowest ranks and they hardly make anything. If they purchase a couple of products, they end up in debt. How likely is it that everybody on her team is a baller and is doing exceptionally well. If this is Arbonne's income disclosure statement, most people at the lowest ranks make barely anything, might lose money, hardly anybody at the top, then it is very likely that her team looks like that as well. Sounds nice, sounds like a nice speech, but let's face it, it's not the reality in Arbonne. It's not the reality in network marketing, where all income disclosure statements look like the one I showed you. Most people at the lowest rank, some people in the middle, hardly anybody at the top. That's not a successful business model that is mutually beneficial. It is beneficial for the top people, not for the ones at the bottom.
Does this make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense because you're not getting compensated for what you taught them. The Teams calls are not paid for. The posts you do on social media that are supposed to be informative, you do not get paid for these.
This is the really cool piece of network marketing, is that because if I teach you and I put my energy and time into you and I really help you, then when you become successful, I feel like that was all worth it. And it's an equal energy exchange because I'm going to make money for all the time I invested in you and front load it into you to help you be successful back when you become successful. Does this make sense?
But that's really not it. You could train somebody for an hour and that person is well connected in social media, is well connected in network marketing, and therefore is able to rise to the top of the compensation plan. You still, to the max, benefit of that person, and you also benefit of somebody you have trained for, 3 hours every single day. It's about the collection of warm bodies and being able to participate in those people's efforts and in those people's purchases. So it's not a good business model because it's predatory. Most people at the top are able to make some money. Most people at the bottom very likely lose money. They hardly make any income. That is not mutually beneficial. And you don't need to train somebody to benefit off of them. You're collecting warm bodies. That's a bad business model.
And so if you think of another business, think of real estate. You go to buy a house, the real estate agent isn't the only one making money. The brokerage does, everybody does that, invested in that. In order for the real estate agent to even make money, they have to spend a bunch of money to have their membership and any business is like this, you guys, especially in sales. And the cool thing about network marketing is that you have the space to build time leverage and build time freedom. And me succeeding doesn't hold anyone back from succeeding. So I hope you can see, I just love this structure, and to call network marketing a pyramid scheme is just, it's not accurate.
It might not legally be accurate, but it's a stigma and it's a chip on the shoulder of the business model and says, hey, it's scammy, it's sketchy, most people lose money here. Go the other way, or take a really, really close look at the documentation and what people are really able to make in this business model. So legally speaking, Arbonne Canada hasn't been shut down as a pyramid scheme. That is accurate. But it's a good sign that maybe there's something wrong with this model. And the income disclosure statement shows that very clearly. Why are we also always comparing network marketing to proper jobs, to people providing proper services, like a server? You cannot compare these things, or to the brokerage if you sell real estate. A server gets paid thanks to the hour they work and thanks to the tips they get. They do not get paid because they recruit another server and then depend on that server to also recruit another server who recruits another server so that you become server at level 4. You can be a server and you make an income thanks to the service you provide. And also for the brokerages or for real estate, you cannot compare that legitimate business to Arbonne, because people running their own brokerage, they actually have to invest money. They actually have to provide promotional material, and they pretty much give real estate agents a home so that they're able to provide a service. Brokers don't get paid because they recruit other brokers who recruit other brokers who recruit other brokers, and real estate agents don't get paid because they recruit other real estate agents into that brokerage who recruit other real estate agents. They get paid if they sell a house, if they sell an apartment. And in network marketing, that is not the case. You're getting paid more if you're able to recruit people. You cannot compare network marketing to being a server and running a real estate business. We also have a text, a long text, too long for my liking, considering the nonsense we have already heard before. I am convinced network marketing is one of the absolute best business models out there in order to build time leverage with low startups and the ability to truly help others succeed alongside you. Well, she obviously hasn't achieved that if Arbonne's income disclosure statement looks the way it looks, like I've shown you before, because then you have the ability to do something. But if you don't do it, if you don't help other people in Canada, in Arbonne, to be super successful, then that's not the best business model. It's in theory the best business model, which of course it is not. But if it's not really, truly, in reality, a good business model, because most people make barely anything, then it's definitely not a good business model. In theory, me smoking is a good thing. Practically speaking, I might suffer severely. I might get lung cancer. I might cough all the time. It's pricey, it's stinky, my hair and my hands get yellow. But in theory, me smoking could be great. Me drinking excessive alcohol is not a good thing, but theoretically it could be. I don't know how yet, but I will tell you. So in theory, all of that could be good, but in reality, it's not. Huh? Something I feel so many people don't realize is that as a professional network marketer, I invest my time for free into new consultants, teaching them everything I know, helping them learn how to be successful, passing along everything I know and everything I've done alongside all the systems that we've created in hopes of supporting the new consultant to find success. Yeah, because you do not get paid to train other people. You do not get paid to post on social media. You do not get paid to come up with those weird podcast snippets. She also has a podcast. She only gets paid if she sells products and if she recruits people. And the market is getting saturated more and more. She does not get paid if somebody joins her team and that person never makes a sale and never recruits anybody. She gets paid, though, if that person purchases product. So if she has a new consultant and that person purchases stuff, then she gets compensated by the person just purchasing a couple of products. It is in her best interest that the people on her team also recruit and sell, but she doesn't get paid for the training. That is for free. Another thing, this messed up business model where everything is supposed to be sales and in exchange of money, you're doing a lot for free, network marketers. You're doing a lot for free. The posting, being on those calls, doing those podcast thingies, being on team calls, training your people for, this allegedly so great business model, you're doing a lot of stuff for free. So is it really weird? You're compensated for your efforts later on. It is. And it is unethical because you also benefit and you also get compensated of every single person on your team that you never trained. Most people in network marketing and in Arbonne lose money, and you're banking on the few who hopefully are able to rise in the ranks. Yeah, that is weird, although I have a lot stronger words for that than weird. Imagine as a server, you were compensated long-term for all the time and effort you put into teaching new servers. But she just admitted she doesn't get paid for that. She needs to have people on her team who are successful so that she is able to benefit of them more. And we spoke about it before, that is not comparable. As an employee, would you go to work for free every day to train your new co-workers? No, but you're doing it. As an employee, you're getting paid. You're getting paid to show up and to trade your time for money. And if you're getting paid to train your new coworkers, then that is part of your 8 hours a day. But she just admitted she doesn't get paid for it. She does stuff for free in the hopes that person will sell and recruit. Or would you expect to get paid for the time and energy you're putting into people? You cannot compare these things. The horrible, horrible corporate job is a job where you exchange money for time. You give your time and you get money in return, and in that time you do your job. Whereas as a freelancer or somebody who is independently contracted, you need to be more flexible and you need to set your own hours, sell, and in the case of network marketing, which to me is not a legitimate sales job, you also need to recruit people. So you can put a lot of time and energy into doing something like trying to sell Arbonne products, like trying to recruit people, and at the end of the week, you could end up $0. You have expenses, but if nobody purchases from you And if nobody recruits, who recruits people, whose people also buy something, then you do not get compensated. Another reason why so many people end up in debt. You have expenses, but you might not have a steady income. You might not be able to sell and recruit. So if you wanted to actually get paid to train people, then you need to get a job as an employee, or you should become an actual trainer, or you should become somebody who works in HR. There's also kind of your job to train people, or you have to join a corporate job, or you have to work as an employee who regularly onboards new coworkers. Then you would get paid. So if that's your interest, and if that's what you want to do, you need to change industries. Compensation creates equal energy exchange. What? It makes it a mutually beneficial relationship where it benefits both people to pour the energy into helping new people. I think she means pouring into other people, not pour. Although that's a Freudian slip, isn't it? To pour the energy into helping new people become successful, because then you are both winning. But you're still winning even if that person ended up in debt. You're still benefiting what that person does. They sell one product, they themselves purchase a lot of products regularly, which is very likely if you're an Arbonne. And if you're able to recruit one or two people, you still benefit off of that. That doesn't mean that both people are winning. As we have seen with Arbonne's own income disclosure statement, the people at the top are winning. The people at the bottom are losing. Full podcast is out now, blah, blah, blah. A different version of pyramid scheme nonsense, but I love it nonetheless. Then we're having another Enagic distributor with a glass of very likely Kangen water in their hand asking, why work with me? And I would like to understand that as well. So let's click through this short slideshow. But there's more text than usual, so be prepared. I teach you how to grow organically and sustainably. In Kangen, I have shown you the income disclosure statement. Nothing of that screamed sustainably. I specialize in organic marketing strategies that actually work. With over 23,000 distributors in my global organization, meaning in Enagic, globally. Every single person in Kangen, that is 23,000 distributors, or everybody on her team globally. Also the people that are her sidelines or that are her uplines and also her downlines. Do we have any numbers here? 23,000. So she must be referring to the people on her team globally, because according to the number of distributors on the Enagic income disclosure statement from the US in 24, that's the last one I have, there are more people in the United States. So I suspect she means that she has 23,000 people on her team, very likely total, not just the people she has recruited. The wording is always very wishy-washy, so that we don't really have a lot of facts. That's what I believe. With over 23,000 distributors in my global organization, I have refined a simple and sustainable approach to magnetic organic marketing that continues to grow year after year. That is such mumbo jumbo, to magnetic organic marketing. You always have to come up with new words to cover up what a shitty opportunity this actually is. By prioritizing documentation over content creation, I'll show you how to build a magnetic personal brand that feels aligned and exciting, one that allows your audience to see you as a trusted specialist and authority in your space. Thanks to the documentation over content creation strategy, how about you actually know your shit? It doesn't matter where you live, what age you are, or what your social media currently looks like. I work with you personally to elevate your online presence and help you grow from the very beginning. How can everybody then on that team be a trusted specialist and an authority in your space if everybody can do it? It doesn't matter what background you have. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter where you live, what your current social media looks like, and what your actual background is. Not everybody will then obviously be a specialist and an authority in network marketing and in water ionizers. I mean, just if we take a look at a lot of the posts from Kangen distributors, they know they don't even understand their own product. I offer free ongoing mentorship in our free education platform. You join Kangen, you spend money on the product, then that is not free, then that training is included in the price you pay, the price you pay to join. I currently offer completely free mentorship to everyone who partners with me as their Enagic mentor, and I pour into my team's businesses just like I do my own. I believe in being both personable and professional, and I genuinely love learning with my team just as much as I love teaching them. If you are allegedly a specialist in your field, then you are the one who should teach your team. Just saying. It's good to learn from each other, but at some point, if you are truly in a leadership situation, well, it was also almost a Freudian slip, in a leadership situation, then your team expects you to be the leader. Then your team expects you to be the expert, not the other way around. When you join me, you also receive full access to our free educational platform. You pay money to join Canyon, so it's not free. The online ripple effect. Inside, you'll find hundreds of hours of step-by-step training you can explore at your own pace, plus weekly live mentorship calls and my own private coaching calls designed to keep you supported, learning, and accountable every step of the way. Inclusive leadership. I proudly welcome, support, and mentor people from all backgrounds, colors, belief systems, and orientations. So you're not discriminatory? Wow, that should be a standard for everybody, honestly. My mentorship is always grounded in authenticity, respect, professionalism, and positivity. Every person I work with is seen, heard, and celebrated exactly as they are. If you have 23,000 distributors in your organization globally, I doubt that you can see and hear every person as they are, because you probably haven't seen, you probably haven't heard, you probably haven't spoken to every single person. And I suspect that her team is probably a lot smaller, but it sounds better to say there are 23,000 distributors in the entire team I'm in as well. Enagic is a global company creating real impact, and I'm honored to play a part in the ripple effect of this movement. I am whole life wellness driven. I'm deeply passionate about holistic health and nonsensical posts and helping others grow, not just in business, but also mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. If I'm supposed to join your team and you can make everybody a financially successful boss babe, then please just focus on that. I'm not doing a business and I'm not joining a business because I want you to mentally teach me and help me grow. Physically, it's a job for frick's sake. It's not a gym. If I were employed by a gym, I would expect to also look physically a certain part. But outside of the sports industry, you don't need to teach me and I don't need to grow physically. Emotionally, no, we keep that to our private lives and to the people who actually care about me and to the people I actually want to talk to. Financially, that should be your approach, but according to Enagic's own income disclosure statement, that's obviously not working, and you're not going to work with me so that I can grow spiritually. That is something I will do in my free time. I believe teaching and supporting others to experience more abundance in life is a part of my purpose in this life. Just teach people. If you allegedly offer a business opportunity, just offer people to make money and leave the rest to them. But then again, if you don't have this cult-like surrounding, it is so much more difficult to attract people into network marketing. So unfortunately, these things kind of go hand in hand. When you work with me, you'll have a mentor who leads by example and is committed to lifting you higher. We get to know one another on a deeper level, so I can offer customizable support, and I don't offer this level of mentorship anywhere else. If she invites you into a menstruation tent, run the other way. If my bosses want to get to know me on a deeper level, then there would be something very, very wrong. Teach me, be approachable, be there for me if I have questions. Also, tell me when I do something wrong and show me better ways how to do my job properly. That's sufficient. I don't need to know you on a deeper level. Do we kumbaya together? I don't think that's it. And you're committed to lifting others higher? Maybe start financially. That would be an actual start. And then Enagic's income disclosure statement would also look differently. Our results speak for themselves. Unfortunately, that's true, but we also need to take a look at the documentation every once in a while to see how bad the results are. 190 total new team members last month alone, $19,395,200 US in sales in the last month. In this entire mythical team of 23 distributors globally, that's the amount of sales you made, not the commission. Just you yourself just you and your direct recruits, everybody in the company, wouldn't be nice to get some specifics there. And sales doesn't equal commission. 8 figures of commission paid out to my organization. Then yet again, who is your organization? The 23,000 distributors in that organization worldwide? Everybody in one country? Everybody in the company? We're lacking specifics here on purpose. Moms, dads, health-conscious families, and everyday people just like you. I'm not an everyday person. Excuse me? I am glorious. I'm the mother of guinea pigs. I'm currently a 6A44, 6A43, and 6A32 with Enagic. That title alone is so unsexy. I have a very clear business title. I'm not going to say what it is for privacy reasons, but imagine this. I'm R2D2. What? Yeah, R2D2. Do you say that in English as well? From Star Wars? R2D2. I am Magnetic Meep Meep. You can give yourself a weird title. That would actually be fun. I'm Magnetic Meep Meep. That's what I am. I'm Magnetic Meep Meep 1, Magnetic Meep Meep 2, and Magnetic Meep Meep 4, which produces the #1 water ionizer in the world. Says who? Where is that award? Based on the sales, thanks to the network marketing company and setup, the company set up in? Or are there just not that many companies selling water ionizers? We have almost 1 million customers in the USA and 3 million worldwide, with global offices expanding in over 40 countries, just launched Paraguay, Lagos, and Nigeria. These numbers aren't just stats, they're proof of what's possible with the right mentorship, system, and team behind you. This is your invitation. Imagine joining this global community with my personal mentorship, building a business that grows organically, creates freedom, and transforms lives. You'll have proven strategies and framework to grow your audience, personal brand and sales, weekly live mentorship. If this is how she posts, then those weekly live mentorships must be absolute torture, in my opinion. And full access to online ripple effect. All of the training and guidance you need to start with no prior experience and grow your business successfully and sustainably. There are red flags everywhere. You will not be a successful specialist in your field if you don't need to have any prior knowledge. If it doesn't matter where you come from, what your education is, what your age is, red flags. According to Kangan, not everybody is successful. It's just not a possibility. Comment keen below or DM me and I'll personally show you your next step. You're not showing me any next steps. There's a text. Oh, heck. There's a text. I thought we were through. This is the longest post ever. Why work with me as your Enagic mentor? Yeah, I still haven't understood it, to be honest with you. With over 23,000 distributors and my global team, I teach the same strategy that have created multiple legacy accounts and over 19 million in the last 12 months of sales. You learn to document your journey, build a magnetic personal brand, and grow an audience that knows and trusts you, no matter your age, your location, or social media experience. Again, more flags, more red flags. This is your big chance to join our supportive and like-minded global community, a cult of like-minded individuals, and work directly with me for free for the last time before my first ever paid mentorship container launches in 2026. So you gotta purchase a whole lot of shit from Enagic, to create Kangen water, and then that training is not in for free anymore in 26. This very likely was a post from 2025. Now you spent a lot of money to join the company, and now you also have to pay for this exceptional training. Why do so many network marketers suddenly start to become coaches and trainers in this field? Very likely because their paychecks are not that great, and that's why they need to benefit off of the people in network marketing, in their MLM, and very likely also on their team if they now start to charge them. Comment keen below. So this was an inspirational sales post. Get my training for the hefty price of Kangen products now if you join my team, but now in 2026, since this was posted in 25, now you also have to pay extra. Doesn't that sound lovely? Sign me up. And we will finish this Top Fails video with a post from Shaklee.
Where you're just like, how did it get to be 12:30? I don't know. where the day went, but we had a meeting with our financial advisor this morning, and that was like smack dab in the time that I usually work out. So I'm like, well, wasn't quite ready, didn't have the energy to do it beforehand. And so it went late, longer, whatever. So didn't get back from my walk until after 10:30. And then it was like, I got a shower, it's hair wash day, and just all of those things. But anyways, feeling a little better and just getting most of the things done that I wanted to today. But I was on the phone with one of my ambassadors this morning, and I just walked up a hill. So working on that. But we were talking about helping her sister. So her sister is needing to lose weight loss, working with a doctor, and just really wanting to support her weight loss journey. And she needs the help and the support. So it's going to be a bit of a process because she needs to lose weight, but she needs the support to do the things that will help her lose the weight as well. Like she needs the support of her joints to be able to have more of a less sedentary life and bring that inflammation down. And then she wants fat loss as well. So we are working on products for her, and she's working with a doctor as well and looking at these products. But we're working on the Trim and Smooth for the fat storage, and then putting together the Life Plus, which is going to help with like joints and bone density and helping her just feel better from the inside out. And also then the Vivix, which is going to help bring that inflammation down, which is going to help be easier for her to move.
Imagine that you have to lose weight, maybe because you are morbidly obese or because you already have health implications that show that losing weight is of advantage for you. If you are severely overweight, you are already seeing a doctor. You're already being guided by a doctor. And then you also have a sister who either is in Shaklee, is in that person's downline, or is connected to a Shaklee distributors who sees the opportunity to help you while you lose weight by selling you Shaklee supplements to help with inflammation wherever she is inflamed because she's overweight. What? Doesn't make much sense. And then to have a lot of pricey products that can help with your joint and that can help with your fat loss. If you are already in discussions and if you're already being treated by a medical professional, why listen to this nonsense so that somebody can sell you overpriced network marketing products? Leave those people alone, please, because it's already difficult enough if you're not used to losing weight and how to keep your weight down. Please stop reaching out to people. I get why they're doing that because it's easy prey, they're easy targets, and a lot of people in network marketing actually believe that they help people if they sell them overpriced supplements. Please leave these people alone and let them do their job. Let them lose the weight. You don't need any supplements. Most healthy individuals do not need any supplements to lose weight. There are some things that could be beneficial, but you do not need to purchase anything. And if you are already in treatment with a legitimate doctor, that doctor will tell you the very same thing, unless you have health implications and you need to watch out or you need to take certain medicine, or it's advisable that you get on the shot because you are morbidly obese and you need to lose a lot of weight rather quickly. But that's a different discussion, not something you should have with a Shaklee. Please leave those people alone. But this is a sales show. I need your help because we need to sell to somebody.
So I'm just like, yes, let's help her feel better. That's what this is all about. It's all about, I want to have more energy. I want others to find that energy to do the things that the things that we all really want to do as we age, right? Just to feel better and have that energy to do those things. So that's what we're working on. And then she would have that opportunity to join the inner circle where it is a support group. We're supporting each other to, get our water in, have that energy, find the energy, and just stay accountable to that journey. And so that's what we're doing. And I have bundles put together. I have a good, better, and best, which we will chat through once you're like, okay, yes, I need this. I need to feel better. I want my joints to feel better. And yes, so comment Radiant and we'll talk about which bundle is going to be the best for you to support you and your feeling. If it's weight loss, if it's something like I need to bring down that inflammation, get rid of that brain fog, we will chat through. So comment Radiant and let's hop on the phone.
I have a feeling that Shaklee has a product for everything, whether you want to take care of your joints, whether you need to reduce inflammation. We're always diagnosing people through a phone. Everybody has inflammation and therefore needs products. What happened to just a regular protein powder to up the intake of protein if you want to lose weight? The brain fog, of course, is also a topic for you to be more energized. What was this post for? It was just to post something nonsense, find a reason to post, to package things so that your followers can purchase pricey Shaklee products. How does that help somebody on your team's sister or somebody you know whose sister wants to lose weight when you bundle products from Shaklee for other people? How is that supposed to be helpful for a person who needs to lose weight or who wants to lose weight when other people buy products from you? Then you're the person who benefits because you use somebody's weight loss journey and somebody's weight loss story as a sales show. That is so odd. And then speaking of inflammation, another post from the Shaklee distributors was sent my way. I don't think these two posts are connected. They were sent on different days and also she's wearing different outfits. But inflammation seems to be a huge topic in Shaklee. So we will take a look what she has to say about inflammation. Maybe we're also getting bundles against inflammation. Let's take a look. It's a hot topic. If you have a problem, no matter what the problem is, don't worry. Shaklee has a product that helps you with your specific problem, no matter what it is.
When I first started hearing the word inflammation a couple years ago, I knew it was like, I kind of pictured it as like, okay, I had pizza and drinks last night and I'm inflamed this morning. And that was kind of beyond my thought process of it. I didn't realize that it was daily products that we use. It was daily, our daily nutrition, the products that we use around our house. I just wasn't educated enough on it. And I had the worst brain fog, like probably a year and a half ago, or a little bit more than that now. And I would go down to my desk and I would just be like, I don't know what I'm doing. What the heck am I doing? And when I started educating myself and learning a little bit more on, the things that can cause, hormone disruption, and going into my 60s, beyond 50s, and not going back. So clean, non-toxic products are what I'm looking for, what I'm using. And I have the best bundle right now that is these two wands, which are going to help inflammation from the outside in. They're going to help with fine lines, wrinkles. They're going to help with bags and brighten your skin as well. It's like Botox. You'll see results in 15 minutes.
It's an eye cream. It's an eye cream with a metallic roller so that it feels nice and cool on your skin. Does she even understand what inflammation is? You fight inflammation from the outside. You can just use a cream, a moisturizer. Oh my gosh.
And Vivix, which is going to help with brain fog, inflammation from the inside, working at a cellular level. And the Life Plus, those two that I take every single night, which is going to help your joints. And then all the other benefits of hair, nails, skin is really going to help us feel better too. So if you are like, I feel like I have inflammation, but I don't really know where it's coming from, this is probably the bundle and we should chat. So comment Radiant and we will get on the phone and have a conversation.
Radiant already shows that she's probably not aware what inflammation really is. Let's go to the Harvard Health website. I will link this down below as well if you want to take an extended look at that yourself, just to have an understanding what inflammation according to Harvard is. Because you slapping on an eye cream or an eye roller that allegedly is Botox in a stick is not going to help you with inflammation, with mumbo jumbo. And like I said, it's just a way to bundle more pricey Shaklee products. Inflammation is complicated and often misunderstood, obviously. This is an article reviewed by Robert H. Schmerling, MD, from May 22, 2026. While acute inflammation is your body's natural, usually helpful response to injury, infection, or other dangers, it sometimes spins out of control. Persistent low-level chronic inflammation can be harmful to your health. What is inflammation? Our bodies are equipped with a built-in defense system, a complex army of infection-fighting cells and proteins that warn other cells of invaders, fight them off when they arrive, and heal any damage the resulting conflict produces. Inflammation is an important part of this defense system and one that is essential for our survival. So buy my bundle and slap an eye roller on it. Makes sense. You've seen the effects of inflammation in real time if you've ever gotten a paper cut, sprained your ankle, or been stung by a bee. Redness and heat, along with pain and swelling, the result from an injury or infection, are evidence of the inflammation process underway beneath the skin's surface. Not visible but similar in process is the inflammation that results when you come down with an infection like the flu or pneumonia. In both cases, the immune system is waging a battle inside your body against invading microbes. Without its defense, a minor cut or illness could quickly turn deadly. Well, that took a dark turn. These are two types of inflammation, acute and chronic. Acute is the body's immediate response to harmful exposure. When the body is damaged, the immune system sends white blood cells to destroy any damaging substances. And then we have the chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation can begin via the same process as acute inflammation, but becomes persistent. It can happen in several ways. One possibility is that the threat remains because the body can't rid itself of the offending substance. An example is chronic hepatitis C viral infection. Another scenario is that the immune system goes into threat mode where no actual threat exists. As a result, rather than healing tissues, the body breaks them down. Autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis or lupus are examples. Unhealthy lifestyle choices such as smoking, a poor diet, excessive alcohol consumption, sedentary behavior, stress, and weight gain can also contribute to chronic inflammation. And that leads me to believe that she doesn't fully understand what inflammation actually is. Slap an eye cream on your inflamed face. No, that's really not how it works. So let's not buy Shaklee bundles and slap an eye cream on it to help with inflammation. If you have chronic inflammation, you very likely understand what's going on if you have a cut or if you hurt yourself. And the other one sounds very much like something where you can avoid things that are bad for you. A bad diet, you can change that diet. Smoking, alcohol, you can also avoid that. I mean, most people, unless they're addicted, of course, can. You don't need to slap an eye cream on it. And you don't need to ingest supplements to help with that. Inflammation is one of those buzzwords because it can apply to everything. Oh, you're probably inflamed. Your body is probably inflamed. Some inflammation is also good. Others is not necessarily good. But if it's a healing property of the body, then that is helpful because your body will heal from a cut. If you're chronically stressed, no supplement in the world will help you. Then you need to work on the stress level, why you are stressed. Shaklee supplements will not help with that. But as long as we can create bundles to sell these to make an income, I think that everything is fine. Shaklee is one of those ridiculous health and wellness MLMs, and they sell a lot of ordinary products you could get on the free market if you believed that they could actually help you with inflammation. No need to buy pricey Shaklee supplements. Not that I'm suggesting to take supplements without supervision if you think that your body is inflamed, but there are less pricey alternatives available. Riddle me that. A network marketer who doesn't understand inflammation but has inflammation in every other post in order to sell products. Cool. This was MLM Top Fails number 40. Thank you for listening in. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You can comment something in the comment section. You can share the video. You can hype the video. That helps the channel out a lot. And if you liked this video, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. The next regular upload is on Friday, 1 p.m. Central European Time. Until then, tschüss!